Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So, after a little bit of, I guess you could call it soul searching or deep consideration or something like that, I finally figured out what exactly I want to be doing with this game and what I want to be posting on YouTube. So, what I was originally thinking was I'd just sort of ease into it, slowly do a little bit more mods, and, you know, as I'm getting out more and more into the Kerbal system. Yeah, no. This is mod extravaganza. I will have a complete listing of all of the mods that I'm using in the description for this video, or I may actually post a link to a Google Doc that has the complete list. But regardless, it's a lot of mods. You can probably notice by the music, by the different Kerbal suit outfit, by the way that Kerbin looks, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here. The loading time on this is a little absurd, and I'm really glad that I've got the 64-bit version. Now, I will say that I don't know if all of these mods are cross-compatible with each other. I'm probably going to run into bugs. I'm probably going to run into problems, crashes, etc., etc., etc. I'll get them worked out as I go. Also, B, I totally really don't fully know how to do these mods. I mean, I'm mixing together life support and interstellar and oh jeez, just look up the list. I don't know how to play half of these mods, so this is going to be a bit of a learning experience for me. Now, I have played a little bit of this particular configuration just to make sure that it works and it's generally usable and I don't suffer from any serious problems, at least in the early game. So, one of the things I will also be doing is trying to track my time a little bit better and seeing if I can get these episodes into 30-minute time chunks. I'd like to be able to do that, but there's no 100% guarantee on that, so, you know, expect it to be 30-ish minutes, and if things go crazy, I'll do a cut, and just splice it down the middle like I'd done before. It's not ideal, but I do want to try to get, you know, this whole thing a little bit better, shall we say, smoothed out. By the way, yes, that's my usual gamepad disconnect automatic sound. It does that after 5 minutes of not touching it. So, but anyways, so yeah, I'm aiming for the 30-minute video sections because it just gets a little too long otherwise. So, all right, let's get things set up. Now, I do have a yeah, this is amusing. What's going on with the light things you just saw? There's an actual light spiraling out uncontrolled up there. So I don't quite get it, but whatever. So okay, I do have a game set up, but this is fresh. I've only just started it and made sure that it's working and set up properly with all the crazy mods that I have. So get this moved off down to the corner. All right, now. Probably the first place to start would be contracts. Launch vessel and altitude of 5 kilometers. Let's go to the vehicle assembly building. Yes, Kerbal construction time. Things take time to build. So actually, given that, what I should probably do is exit out of this, go back. I wish this wouldn't always pop up there. Go back here. And move this up here because it's way better up there. And upgrade. So, and yeah, good. All right. So I've got the contracts. Let's go back into the vehicle assembly building. So the construction thingy actually has a construction time, and yes, textures are nicer now. Actually has a construction time associated with every craft that I build. Now, I do have remote tech set up on this thing, and I have had difficulty getting remote tech to properly transmit science. So for the moment, I'm just going to do recoverable science in almost entirely. Not probably the best way about it, but you know. Alright, and yes, this is the simplest craft I can build, so up, goer, alpha. All right, now, instead of just going to launch like I usually do, I go up here and do build. Dun, dun, dun. Takes 5 days, 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 58 seconds to build it. So, how do I deal with that? Well, the wonders of time warp and warp to complete. So, whoa. Now, interestingly enough, most of the time when I do this, it will finish building in the dark. I don't want it in the dark. I want it in the day. So, I will usually time warp until I've got some sunlight. Woot. Perfect. Ah, yes, and I get a notification when I have a vessel complete. So, awesome. All right. Now, instead of going directly to the launch pad, I go to VAB storage and hit launch. One of the things I like is that I get to manually add the Kerbals. So I don't necessarily have to use the same one all the time. And this time I'm going to use Bill. So, all right, let's launch. And reconnect the gamepad. Ta-da. All right. The first mission of the revised Kerbal Space Program modded up to absurdity. And you can hear the sounds. Ooh, the pretty sounds. All right. So, and yeah, all the crazy stuff. Okay, so, staging. God, I always with the first vessel, I forget the staging. Oh yeah, and one other thing. I'm gonna make this super hard on myself. No going back. Now, I do have Chatterer, but I also have Chatterer disabled because for YouTubing, Chatterer is annoying as crap. So, okay, now, crew reports. And EVA. That noise is a little annoying, but I'll manage. And take data. Store experiment. Now, I am going to do an EVA report while hanging on like this, which, you know, I said I generally dislike, which I still generally dislike, but I'm starting to realize that the only other alternative I would have would be to actually do it in flight or risk doing it on a parachute, which... The parachute is equally as absurd. Doing it in flight is about as impossible as it gets, and the ultimate resulting science from it is pretty negligible, at least on Kerbin. So I might consider alternative ways of doing that for now, for other places, but for Kerbin, I'll just do it that way. All right, and SAS on, throttle is full, liftoff in 3, 2, 1. That was decidedly less dramatic than I was expecting. Okay, the engine probably didn't the engine didn't activate properly. All right, I have a theory on why that was. I'm going to recover the vessel, and... Ooh, I actually got some decent science out of that. And you also notice the achievement thing pop up, too. All right, I want to try to do that over again, except this time let me get the staging correct in the VAB, because I think that's the problem. At least with the Kerbal construction time. Ooh, 3 hours. Nice. Please do. Yes. I approve. Now, in the meantime, I do have a little extra science, so I might as well use it. Ba-ding. Ba-dum. Awesome. Okay, so getting the science there, and yes, that's a lot of components. And since I got a science, I have an upgrade. I will spend that so I can get more science, or get research done faster anyways. All right, warp to complete. And of course it's at night. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. All right, and... dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Doo-doo-doo. There we go. Okay. We've got this thing ready. I named it Untitled Spacecraft. Brilliant, Jason. Let's have Jebediah do it, because I think Jebediah actually knows how to properly control these things. This is totally me guessing here. I could be completely off base, but we shall see. All right. Full throttle. SAS on. And... Yep, okay. And... achieve an altitude of 5,000. All right. Second attempt at launch in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, I think it is a VAB thing. Alright, and just kind of going straight up. Let's get a crew report there. Keep that data. Sonic boom! And alright. The sound is a little weird with that sonic boom, honestly. Ooh. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And the clouds on this are so much nicer too. It's not like overwhelming like it was, and parachute. It's not overwhelming like it is with the standard volumetric clouds, which I really like. And we also don't have that crazy overlap problem, like the doubling up problem that we had before. Oh man, so much nicer. So, I will say I did have some fun getting this darn thing to actually work in a reasonable fashion. The big problem that I had before was that apparently the memory texture reallocation-y, dynamic-y thingy, I don't remember what the mod is off the top of my head here, I need to have the aggressive version of it, otherwise it's not going to work for me. So, alright, coming down. And so I ultimately want to try out every single mod in some fashion here. I mean, there's the really cool space telescope thing, which I've got to check out eventually. Whoop, and whoop, and whoop. Okay, that was a little more dramatic than I was aiming for, but on the plus side, it does mean I can take a surface sample and do an EVA report on the launch pad. Woot. Okay. And forward. And recover. Okay. How am I doing with science now? 27. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Now, the tech finishes in a day. And let's see here. Set a new altitude record. I can test the stack decoupler landed. Okay, so the new altitude record, that's actually pretty easy. All I've really got to, and I've done this enough times that I have a pretty good rhythm with the initial contracts. All I really got to do is just add another one of these, and all the interstellar stuff. Add another one of those, and okay, I can test the stack decoupler. I know, this is the craziest idea of all time, but it'll get it done. Okay, and let's see, I don't have any... Yeah, no. Still haven't quite figured out how to do this properly. And, okay. So, 3 days. Use parts from inventory. Build. So I will have the new science before then. But I will not be able to incorporate the new science into this untitled. I gotta start naming my craft better. So anyways, alright. Oh. Silly me. Warp to complete. Woo. And... Ba-ding! Unlocked tech tree. Okay. So let's see here. The survivability stuff is good, and I would actually say this is the way to go because of the radial mount parachutes. Makes things really reusable. So 7 days until I've got that locked down. Now, instead of doing development, I want to do the research because that will actually give me science for building stuff. Alright, so the tech upgrade is in 7 days. This thing finishes in 2 days. Warp to complete. And there we go. And I gained a small amount of science. Let's make it daytime. I like daytime. Like launching at daytime. Okay, there we go. And there's the vessel complete thing. Alright, so VAB storage. Okay, now. Let's see. Bob, you're up next. Wahahaha. Okay. No, they're pretty straightforward. Just launch up to 11 kilometers. All right. Checks are good. Yep, that thing's ready to be finished. Let's hover that. Okay, liftoff in 3, 2, 1. Haha, finished. And a little bit of performance slowdown. I think that's mostly because I'm doing the recording while I'm playing. I usually don't get performance slowdowns at this point, even with all these mods installed. Oop. Breaking the sound barrier. It starts to go away, and then it'll come back if I start going really fast, which I'm not going to run into just yet, but I had in some of my other initial tests of these mods. So, all right, yeah, here we are. Okay, so I'm slowing below the sound barrier. And yep, okay, I finished both those contracts. So that one and that one with the 2 science. Not high enough for another crew report to be useful. So, alright, cut the SAS. And falling back down, engage parachute. And time accelerate, because, hey, don't want to wait through all this crap. Whee! Doop. Falling back down. And I always like to be at normal time when a parachute opens or when I land. Okay. So my next one is going to have the radial mount parachutes, that's for sure. And boop. Okay, just lost that. Now, crew reports at the KSC. Perfect. Okay, I think I've gotten everything I can from this. Let's recover vessel. And 16.7 science. Not quite enough for me to get the next thingamajigamabob, but no problem. Okay, let's see here. Ha! Test Sepratron landed at Kerbin. Oh yeah, that's easy. No. Yep. Orbiting, in flight, orbiting. Okay. Alright, pretty basic stuff there. So, let's see. Upgrades, no upgrades, right. Good. Okay. Let's go to the vehicle assembly building. Just double check. Yeah, I've got that. And I'm researching that. Okay. Right. So I don't know what'll happen if I try to re-research it. I'm assuming bad things. So I'm not going to play around with that. That's probably some sort of bug-related thing that can crop up. So, alright. Don't need that anymore. So the next altitude goal is 22 clicks. Now, one of the things I want to do is also have a Sepratron in there. And let's see here. So, I don't have the radial mount parachutes yet. So I want to try to make everything as survivable as possible. Or maybe I don't. I don't. I'm not concerned with survivable as possible at the moment. So, alright, that's there. Small tank with this. And then big tank with this and Sepratrons. 4 of them because, hey, why not? Alright, good deal. And let's see, is there anything else I want to include? Oh, yeah. Mystery goo. Absolutely. I'm getting my goo's worth. Okay, utilities, got all these carbonite stuff. Carbonite's the new keythane, basically. Okay, nothing new there. Nothing really new there. Okay. Alright, so let's build this puppy. 6 days. On it. So 6 days. The tech is going to finish first. Okay, that's fine. And warp to complete, and that'll be the tech. 22210, and there we go. Yep, I've got the survivability package now. Awesome. All right. Let's warp to complete here, and all right. Awesome. There it is, and I've got a small amount of extra science. Still not enough for anything. So, and a little thing telling me that it's ready. Nice. Let's get to daytime. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. These first few videos are going to be me going through a lot of the basics. So, you know, bear with me. Untitled spacecraft. I did it again! Cover flight and proceed. And then let's have Jebediah up. All right, Jeb. Impress us with your Jebediying skills. That sounded actually kind of bad. Jebediying. All right, okay, so here we are. SAS on. Throttled up to full. Observe the mystery goo, because why not? And 3, 2, 1. And let's also angle just a little bit here. There we go. And you'll notice the new fancy nav ball. I like the new fancy nav ball. Observe the mystery goo. Keep that. Okay, I think this will get me up to 22. I'm not 100%, but I think it will. And next stage. Yeah, much better TWR on this stage because I'm getting rid of all the extra bulk down there. And if we watch, when it vanishes... Yeah, that contract was complete. Okay. Let's see if I've got enough velocity to get me up to 22. Definitely going to land in the water. Let's turn off the SAS. 18. Come on, come on. 20. 21. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah! Alright, just barely made it up. Awesome. That's the way to do it. Okay, get that going as I'm coming back down. And... Okay. Disengage that. And deploy the parachute. Whee! Okay. Time accelerate because this stuff is dreadfully slow. Woo! Speed of sound stuff. Speed. That splashed down. Parachute deployed. Awesome. And splashdown. All right, we have a successful splashdown. Awesome. So, crew report it. And EVA it. EVA report it. Drop. EVA report. Oh, cancel. Grab. Store. And oh, nuts. That's going to be annoying. Take surface sample and EVA report. Means I'll have to recover them separately. Thinking I might want to actually get rid of that sound for the going in and out. Okay, so that's recovered. That'll give me some good science to work with. Yep, 41, and then let's recover Jebediah. Ba-ding! Alright, an extra 11.4. Awesome. Okay. I think I'm going to ditch that sound, and I think I'm also... Let's see here. I might want to check on a few things. Okay, so this, super important. It'll take a while. However, I'm also going to, ba-ding, speed it up a little. So 11 days means I've got 11 days to play around with contracty stuff. So let's get a new altitude record. In-flight, in-flight, in-flight. No, that's the big one. I don't want to deal with the big one yet. Yeah, that actually could work. Okay. Let's do that one too. Okay, yeah. I think I can do those, and quite successfully at that. So, alright. This is also going to be a pretty quick build. So, let's see here. Trash that. So I won't skip through it since I'm going to be pretty quick. I have a good idea on exactly what I want to set up. Alright, that. And then also want to make sure that it doesn't go boom once I land. So let's throw some radial parachutes in there. Okay, and then that is plugging into this, because I actually want to have a little bit of control, just in case this by itself isn't enough to get me up where as high as I want to go. So that there, and that goes there, and this actually gets its own separate little thing. Now this needs to be on a separate thing, which actually needs to be up here because that doesn't get tested until I splash down. Okay, a quick check through all my landing struts. Snazzy. I know those landing struts, but still snazzy. Don't necessarily need the life support stuff at the moment, so okay, check. Yup. Alright, construction. Build me for 6 days. Okay. And warp to complete. Woo! Seizure! Oh, awesome. This will be a daytime launch. Sweet. Oh, I forgot to name the ship again. Gosh darn it, I keep doing that. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's go recruit Milne. Alright, Milne. There we are. Alright, Milne, you're up. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Well, Milne, you get to prototype this rocket. Okay. So, SAS on, full throttle, and staging looks good. And 3, 2, 1. Woo! Big bada boom! Slight angle that way because that's the direction I haven't gone yet. Man, that's noisy. Clear that stuff. That is very noisy. Alright, I hope this is good enough to get me at 33. Oh, I am supposed to test that splash down, aren't I? Whoops. That's totally my bad. Okay, well, you know, minor correction. I don't know if this is actually going to give me enough. No, it's not going to give me enough. It's not going to get me up to 33, is it? Nope, nope. Dang it, just shy. I needed an extra fuel tank in there. That would have done it. Alright, well, no big deal. Let's... I should have put radials on this. Dang it. Well... What if I change the staging around a little bit? So it's gonna be high enough for... Awesome. So one of the... I'm thinking... And I thought it came incorporated into the Kerbal construction thing, but there's a mod that lets me do recovery on jettisoned stages. Depending on whether or not they've got parachutes on them, obviously. I'm thinking I need to install that separately to the construction things. I thought it was incorporated into it, but I'm guessing now that that was an incorrect assumption, so... Alright, parachutes doing their thing. And there we go, okay. So, time accelerate. Lots of atmosphere noises. Breaking the speed barrier again, or going underneath it. Something I also realized I didn't catch before was a crew report over Kerbin's water. Alright. And let's see how this does its thing. So for next time, I will have the recoverables. And actually after this, I'm going to call it because we're about at the 30-minute mark. Doop-a-doop. Coming down. Doing my landing thing at a nice leisurely 6.8 meters per second. 6.7. Ooh. Oh, don't break, don't break. Oh, phew. That was a little tense. Alright, let's see here. Observe the mystery goo in the water. Awesome. More science. And let's do a quick... I'm definitely removing that sound. Okay. And no reason to do an EVA report. However, take another surface sample. Re-grab. Board. Ah, that's an annoying sound. Okay. And recover vessel. Let's see what I got. Alright, up to 24 science. Awesome. Close, close, and reputation is doing good. And, okay, with 24 science, let's see here. So, I'm definitely going to want the radial decouplers. So, I'll start working on that. Close that up. And, okay, so both of those techs will finish in about 4 days. Alright, so I'm going to cut it off here. And next time around, you will hopefully hear those EVA deployment noises gone, and I will have properly recoverable jettison stages. So, all right, folks, I will see you in the next episode.